We
don't like about the Toronto accent, because I've seen in our comment section sometimes on our videos on the YouTube videos, oh, that Toronto accent's so cringe. And I'm thinking to myself, we are not even close to the way like the niggas do that. Yeah, and all that shit.
When we do that, that's what they catch, and you clip it, and then it becomes a thing, right? So that's what they think we sound like. But
no, but I feel like how we're talking right now is what they're talking about. Like they don't even like that. I don't think.
What you want me to sound like, B? You want me to sound like? Then they're
gonna be like, you trying to be like us? You're not like us.
You know, I don't want to sound like this. Like I'm Forrest Gump. I don't want to sound like Forrest, dog. We don't sound like Forrest over here.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, we don't sound like that, dog. You know what I mean? We have a little bit of lingo. We have patois in our lingo, and that's what makes us hard body. You get what I'm saying? Because now you got to figure out what the F we talking to you about. So you could be in some deep shit and don't even know.
Facts.
So what you better catch privy and get real with it and start understanding it. So when you do, or if you have to come over, or even if you meet us in your country, you will know, like, yo, this guy's talking some serious, like, yo, what do you mean? Like, we're on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy knows what he's talking about right now, because you gotta, like, okay, it's like when we hear a New York nigga talking, and if he was over here and we're fucking with him and he's getting mad, we would know, oh, shoot, son, or whatever he has to say. We would know. We'd be like, oh, shit, we done ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's us giving y'all respect by knowing your lingo, so we can come to your areas, or if you ever came around us, we would know, like, okay, how to treat you.
Yeah.
How to treat you with respect. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all about respect out here in Canada. So it makes more sense to know our lingo and know that it's mixed with patois. Nothing else.
So do you think that it's just the way that we're saying things, or the choices of words that we're using?
See, every generation is different. And you know that. Because, arms house means what?
It means something like we don't, like, that's offensive.
That's arms house.
Yeah, like, just don't.
Right? But to them, they'd be like, what the hell is an arms house?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Salute to the homie Justin Hunt. I have a lot of conversations with him behind the scenes. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll use like my Toronto terminology, or he'll ask me about certain Toronto terminology, like bun skin, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But like he'll be like, what does that mean? And I always break it down to him, like, you have to break it down to the root. It's like literally the word, like a blood clot or a blood cloth. Blood cloth. Like a bloody cloth.
But blood clot really comes from the expression of when there would be a bad spirit in a person's home, especially back in the slavery days. And then they say, move your bomba clot.
Okay.
Right?
Break it out.
So then when we got it now, as we're growing up hearing it from our parents say, move your bomba clot, that's what it really means. So when we're saying bomba clot, it's just an expression. But really, you're supposed to use it in the move your bomba clot.
Like moving a spirit out.
Yeah, so if you're bad-minding me and I'm going to say, move your bomba clot. What do you mean, dog? Move your bomba clot. But see, the youths, them now, they're just saying words for saying words, because I'm a Canadian.
Yeah.
I was born here, right? So I came up having to go to Jamaica to get the down with the lingo.
Yeah.
And hearing my parents speak it all day in and day out in the house still. Now, me as a Canadian having kids, my kids are just knowing that they're Canadian, but yes, they have Jamaican and Guyanese roots in them.
Yeah.
So when they're speaking around the house, it's not as authentic. So they don't understand when they're like, and they want to really say the bomba, but they can't say the whole word because I'm right there. They really could, because all it means is to move.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So there's little things like I said, like arms house. To an American, they'd be like, what do you mean the arms house? Like, you guns?
Yeah, arms, a house full of arms.
Right? But to us, that means it stinks. Arms house. You get what I'm saying? You're like, it's arms house. Like, arms. What does arms do? They stink. So something's a problem. Family, this is how it really runs, right?
Bro.
See, these guys aren't privy to our lingo over here. That's what get them actually killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy. I never knew that for all the years I've heard.
Like, this man's moving arms house. Stink. Fam?
Arms.
Get out of here, fam. Man's moving arms house.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo,
Right?
y'all Jamaicans are crazy.
Yeah, but but that's the Toronto way of saying. But it's a Toronto thing.
That's not a Jamaican slang.
It kind of is, but it's not, because in Toronto we use it. You go to Jamaica and say that, they're really like, yeah, I said there's other words for arms house to them.
You
know what I'm saying?
You understand, like, not all people in Toronto are Jamaican.
No,
my parents or my mom's from Barbados. You know what I'm saying? And my dad's from Ghana. So I learned Jamaican stuff and slang from being here in Toronto, being around bare Jamaicans.
Yes, but you don't even know if they're all Jamaican.
Exactly, because I'm now learning even here in real time on the podcast, thinking arms house is something y'all took from Jamaica, but it's some Canadian mixed Jamaican shit.
It's patois. It's mixed with the patois. It's English patois. It's Toronto patois, dog.
It's Toronto patois. It's not Jamaican patois.
It's not. Yeah.
But even though it's derivative from Jamaica, it's Toronto patois.
It's yadi.
There's a difference.
It's yadi. It's called yadi. Everybody, we're the most, when we came here in the 60s, 70s and all that, right? We're the most influential, right? When it comes to so what happens is everyone picked up, even down to the white women, white men, they all sound like it. A white youth will still has certain slang to him. He sounded like one of the men them on the block.
No, that's one thing I first noticed when I moved here in '97. I was like, yo, and I've said this multiple times, why everybody sound like they're Jamaican?
Exactly, but it's the most influential. It's like we go to LA and there's a certain twang they have.
Yeah.
You'd be like, how come everybody? Because maybe they were really from the Midwest before they came to
before they got to LA.
To LA, a lot of the people who migrated there back in the 50s, right? They were probably really from the Midwest. So that's why they have a little bit of a different twang. See, what we do over here is we study you. That makes us 10 times more dangerous. That's why y'all like, who the hell is top 5? That's why y'all is like, who the hell are you guys? Why do you sound like that? Not thinking in like, yo, these are some psychopaths that we're actually talking to over here, because they know from back in the day in New York and those places when Jamaicans came through, they ran shit.
Yeah. The places like New York know a little bit more, and Miami and places like that along the East Coast. Yeah. Because a lot of the people who came from Jamaica went to them places. They
migrated there.
LA doesn't have as much Jamaicans, and down south doesn't have as much Jamaicans that popped up and started inhabiting the areas over there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you can find a lot of areas in New York City where it's just like, you know, a Bajan block and a Jamaican block.
Flatbush, like Linden Street, all that Pink House Project, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like, those places are infiltrated. When I was a kid going around, it was Guyanese, Chinese, Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could find a restaurant in New York that's specifically a Trini restaurant and then a Jamaican restaurant. It's not just all Caribbean food.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Some mishmash bullshit. Like, you have to go to the specific. I want to go to the Bajan restaurant to go get the pudding and sauce. Yeah. And then I might go to the Jamaican restaurant to go get my jerk chicken. And then to the Trini restaurant to go get my roti. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can get specific with that shit over there and here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what leaves them in the West Coast a little bit. Like that time when Charleston White was like, Jamaican food? Goddamn, hell nah. That looked like shit. You didn't see that?
Well, but was he even talking about Jamaican food?
Yeah, he was talking about Jamaican food.
What was he looking at? Like, a plate of what?
He just said he said that shit.
Because he could have been looking at a plate of rice and peas and whatever on the side might be not a Jamaican dish.
Nah, nigga, the man was dissing. Straight dissing. It couldn't have been nothing. It didn't, because in his mind, he's thinking fried chicken, waffles, and collard greens.
Yeah.
But we eat collard greens too, but we call it something else.
Yeah. I don't even remember what we call what our version of collard greens is.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like when they're culturally different from us in a sense, right? They're really American, dog. They're more mixed with, I think, I'll be real, the real Indian, the real native Indians.
Yeah,
right? They come from tribe, Blackfoot Indian, Cherokee Indian. They come from that, dog.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't really from Africa at all. Some of them people were not slaves at all.
They'll tell you that. A lot of Americans will tell you that.
Yeah, we were no slaves, dog.
Yeah.
Since day one. You know what I'm saying? So they're not gonna be so educated to furthering their taste palette, their palette, you know what I mean? To maybe someone else's culture like Toronto, because they ain't never seen no Jamaican.
Yeah.
They ain't had no Jamaican in their goddamn family. They ain't even go there for vacation because they don't got to.
Yeah. So when they start hearing that accent, it's like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah. That's why you even see when Ack was on the live stream, as soon as he starts talking to Toronto man, them
Puts it on.
he puts it on crazy. Like he's like, oh
He's
my
put it
God.
I finally get to be me.
I get to be Jamaican again. Yo, Wagwan, Bridget. He's talking to niggas who ain't even Jamaican. Like, like 5 of them are like Somali and
Yeah, no.
They understand what he's saying.
They understand.
But like, he's like, Toronto? Okay, I get to let my patois back out.
Yeah. Wagwan.
Wagwan, yo, Bridget. Yo, son forward.
Yeah, soon I'm gonna forward. Like, forward. They don't even, when they hear forward, because they don't know. You see, in our culture, you can't just say coming.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm coming. What the fuck? We got it down here. We got it down pat. You can't come with none of that homophobia shit to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like, yo, I'm coming. What do you mean you're coming? You mean I reach? You mean I reach?
I learned that in jail.
All right.
You niggas is like, coming what? What?
Coming on what? Coming on what? Who? On who?
Forward to the back. It's funny though, because I could imagine Ack when he starts going into his Jamaican rants.
Niggas get scared.
His chat is probably like, "Oh, shut up, man. We don't understand what you're saying."
Yeah, that gooly goo shit. You know what I mean? And that's to show you your palate hasn't. Yeah, they haven't. That's ignorance.
Yeah,
that's more ignorant because we study y'all and like, I don't want to say nothing wrong about my fellow Americans because my cousins are born there and shit. I got mad cousins that are born and raised there.
Yeah, and salute to the comic gang, man.
They do not forget their Caribbean roots.
Yeah.
As soon as they reach here, they start.
All the patois flies out.
Wagwan,
Bridget,
they don't know what to do.
Long time I see you, Bridget.
Right? So that to me is more like, yo, I could die tomorrow, nigga. Bring me back as a black Canadian. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Because that's just us.
Yeah.
And once you guys understand us, you'll know that we know you. You know what I'm saying? And what we've been fighting for mad years. I won't lie. It sounds kind of crazy that I'm going to say this because I don't really give up these things. But respect. We've always wanted y'all respect because we respect you. You know what I'm saying? So now that you guys got the one chance to go against my one guy named Drake, y'all done disrespect the whole program.
Well, think about it. Like,
ain't nothing bigger than the program.
If Canada's, or let's talk specifically Toronto, we've always been fighting for respect as far as into this music scene, the rap scene and stuff like that. Look what ended up happening. The biggest rapper in the world, which includes America, came out of Toronto.
Yep.
That must be kind of like a pain in the ass, bro. If you're an American and you're like, yo, we ain't really jacking all that Canada shit, but then the biggest rapper in the world is actually from Canada. Your favorite rapper, even though you don't like Canada shit, our accents are cringe, all this bullshit, you're still jamming to Drake shit.
Yeah, and then when we show that we're diverse because we speak very normal, right? We sound normal as quirky as it could sound how we're speaking. We know when to put it on.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't just be like, oh, he switched up his accent here when he's dealing with Of course you're going to. You're gonna fit into where you are.
Yeah, but imitating an American accent, which is something I used to do back in the days when I was younger, is something I would never do now because I feel like they can see right through that shit. And then if they're like, yo, this nigga's faking this accent, I feel like that's corny, bro.
That's corny. But
like if I'm somebody who's like,
hold on, music wise though, you're allowed to fit in.
Yes, but like I'm not saying
your coast.
I'm not saying have some super Toronto, oh yeah, man. But like if you're like trying to sound like an Atlanta nigga and try to like make your twang as Atlanta-y as possible, but you're not from there, people can be like, fam, you ain't from Atlanta.
AT-alien, you mean?
Like, even in your music, if people are listening to your music and you're trying to hang your hat on, you can't even tell that I'm not from Atlanta. when the people from Atlanta find out you're not from Atlanta, they're gonna be like, so you're just trying to pretend to be us? I think that they'll think that person is corny.
Yeah, but they always know Drake is from Toronto. It's just that when he gets on the records with 21 and shit, he puts his little twang to it. So the vibe is there. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't do the vibe here.
Yes.
Harder for them.
But he does put his twang on it, but you could still tell that he's, I guess, Canadian.
So then you know what? We're better. I
don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not the listener. I don't know if when the listener listens to Drake that they can tell he's Canadian or they're thinking he's mimicking Houston Drake, Atlanta Drake, or whatever Drake that he's doing for the moment.
It's like anywhere you live, you get their accent. You'll get an accent. If you live in Russia long enough, you will start speaking Russian and having a Russian accent. Sorry to say. So he's lived in LA, he's lived in Houston, he's lived in Toronto, he's lived in all these places, and then comes back to Toronto with an experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you have to have their accents.
No.
Especially if you ain't lived there like a long time. Like if it was like a couple of years here and there, then it's like,
but then you're hanging out with the dudes from there. You're hanging out with the civilian, the real people from there. You're gonna get the accent. You're gonna understand the twang. You're gonna start speaking like them, dog.
You're gonna start using some words for sure.
Yeah, bro. And then you're making music too. You're gonna drop it in there because that's what's gonna make the people feel it, right?
Yeah.
I don't blame them for any of that because that's an artist. You know what I mean? That's the artist that you want to be. You want to be able to relate to the people.
No, like I get what you're saying because like when you hear the UK artists and stuff like that and they're singing songs, you can't tell they're not like hey like singing in a UK accent. Like they're singing. Like Adele's just singing.
Yeah.
And then when she speaks, you can hear her UK accent. What I find is corny, and we'll get off of this topic, right? What I find is corny is maybe outside the music, like when somebody, let's say they're from Toronto and they're in Atlanta and then they're like, yo, Wody, and whatever the Atlanta slang is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They start using that and it's like, bro, you're not from here, bro. Like niggas will start looking at you like, bro, you a wannabe.
Yeah, but you got to be from the countryside of Atlanta to get that because everything else in Atlanta is migrated there.
Like if you're trying to fit in with the culture by using their accent, you'll probably be better off just being yourself.
Be yourself.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, you're a little bit different, but I like you.
But
you're being yourself.
I'm hearing that. But what I can say is we're on top because of that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They can't do us. If you really look at it, they hate it because they can't do it.
They can't do the Crody and all that shit.
Imagine an American dude trying to act as a Canadian guy in a movie.
I can see the comment right now. We ain't trying to act like y'all anyway.
Shut the
You know how it is, man.
I know.
We're America. We never try to be anybody else but American.
I hear you, but now they can understand where our slang comes from. Where it really originated from. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to sound like no English youths. The English youths know that. No, we just have relations to them.
That's a whole other wormhole.
We're not trying to sound like them neither.
Yeah.
No.
That's a whole other wormhole.
Whole other.
But
We love hip hop.